What am I doing with my life?
So, let's talk about it. Hi, everybody. It is now Simon Wiggles. That is my new YouTube name. I just thought I would put something that is more direct towards. All right, we're gonna deal with flickering. Okay, I thought I'd put something that means more to the channel, like myself. The No Job Jimmy thing wasn't working. I thought it was going to, but it just never did work. So I am now Simon Wiggles because first thing, my name is Simon. Secondly, when I walk, I wiggle, man. I'm not gonna even lie. But then I've realized that the show Wiggles has a guy named Simon on it. Didn't even know that part. So let's. I'm just like throwing shit out there. Like this is gonna be a new take on the channel itself. I'm gonna try and flip things around and it's not going to be geared towards gaming. It's not going to be geared towards extreme editing on my new YouTube channel. It's just going to continue to be just things that happen in my life that I find interesting and things that are happening in your life, and maybe I can help you out with that. And I want it to stay that way. I mean, I'm sure. Look at my command center. I mean, I am a gamer, and I do like Star Wars, but maybe I'll talk about the games. Maybe I'll do a little bit of, if a game that comes out that I find particularly interesting, I'll talk about it, but I'm not going to put it up on the channel. That's just not something I want to do. You heard me ask myself, what am I doing with my life? Well, that's the number one thing that I find, at 25, a lot of people are asking themselves nowadays is, what are you doing with your life? And to be honest, 99% of all of us have no idea what we're doing with our lives. Adults don't get it anymore. I mean, I'm an adult, but I mean, parents don't get it anymore. We're not the kind of kids that can just decide what we're going to do and then go with the flow. We want to have a plan. I just had a job I was a tour guide for a while, and it just wasn't working out. I love doing it. I love the people. I love, making people smile and all that kind of stuff and showing them something that they've never seen before. But it just wasn't working out. I just couldn't. I guess I couldn't handle the stress of the job itself, and that's okay. I'm going to school hopefully in July for to go ahead and get something else going, and I'm gonna also do this on the side because this is something that I can get off my chest. I kind of because YouTube is you and tube, but the main thing you want to focus on is you, and maybe we can talk about things you just get off your chest. Maybe make things easier on your life. But yeah, heading back to what are we doing with our lives? Ever since the last video I uploaded was a video about my heart that I had about 6 months ago. I had a heart issue, and it's been taken care of now, hopefully. And I'm trying to move on from that and move forward. But there's still some repercussions with it, and it's kind of holding me back, which I'm not, I'm not a fan of. It's just the mental part of getting over it, and a lot of things that came with it, like the depression and anxiety and stuff like that I'm still medicated for, but it's just something that you have to deal with, and I haven't learned how to deal with it yet, which is taking effect on my work life and even with my friendship life, like even my friends and things like that. I've unfortunately stopped talking to a lot of them. I have very few people in my life that I still talk to, and that's because I just want to be able to keep my circle small. And hopefully, my circle can still be small, but with you guys added into that circle virtually. I'm not going to invite you over to my house. Don't come here. I don't even allow my friends down here because all this stuff I like and I don't want it being touched. So that's why they don't come down here. Also, it's kind of hard to go to a bar, pick up a girl, and say, "Hey, you want to come back to my parents' house? This is my room." Pretty sure she's not going to say yes to that. School kind of put a downer on us, like when we were growing up. And not just school put a downer on us, but our parents did too. I've been guided, like I said, my whole entire life on one path. But every time I'll go on one path, you know, you want to rebel and tell your parents, I want to go down this path. And they're going to be like, well, no, you should probably go down this path. My parents were like, make your own decision. Made my own decision. It led to some wrong things, you know, drug abuse, alcoholism, all that sort of stuff. And it just wasn't right. Should listen to your parents. But school puts a damper on kids, man. They're worried about, for me, I went to a Catholic school. Not saying that religion's not important, because it is to some people. Just, I didn't find it interesting. I found, you know, English, sure, I speak it. I figured that I would be, you know, educated enough on how to write and read. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know how to use write there, and there until after high school. I just didn't pay attention. I didn't find it interesting. And there's also other classes that were in there that were just like tech. Sure, that helps you out if you're going down the road to be a person for, you know, tool and die or whatever they were gearing towards. I didn't pay attention in that class either. But classes like gym, and then you had, you know, anthropology, philosophy. Sure, there was all those classes, and there was careers and civics that we had to take. And they didn't teach you shit, man. If you had something, like, if we're, like I said, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with our lives. But when we're graduating high school, we have no idea how to do our taxes. We have no idea how to write a proper resume. We have no idea the questions to ask in a workplace. We have no idea anything when we leave the school about what actually matters. And that's what a big issue with kids nowadays is, and kids and teenagers and adults like me. I'm stuck here wondering, you know, my mom and dad have taught me everything since I've graduated high school on how to write, you know, write off on taxes, and educate me on, you know, what I have to do to retire. So putting things away for the CPP, for instance, my pension, finding a job that either had job security. There's jobs nowadays, if you sign a contract, they could end just like that. And kids at school nowadays, they have no idea what's going to happen, because they weren't educated. And that's where I find that school has kind of screwed us over, and what we're going to be going through for the next, you know, better part of 70 years of our lives when we graduate. Long story short, basically, is because this video is getting out of hand here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with my life. But my question to you guys is, what are you going to do with your life? Let me know in the comment section below. And follow me on Twitter. I just created a Twitter page that I don't really know how to use, because I don't know how to use Twitter. So it is at Simon Wigglez. SimonWigglez. And ask me some questions on there, man. I'm sure I'll answer them on this thing here, and we can keep moving forward. But that's what I was just trying to preach out, you know, what we're going to do with our lives, and that's what's up. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.